Everyone, welcome back to CSC, Cognitive Skills for Communication. This serves as a mini lecture basically for the CSC students in BCA Academy Singapore. Today, we're going to take a look at some of the reading skills. Now, reading skills may help you because you are searching for and reading a lot of information out there. So how are you going to make use of this information? How are you going to make sense of whatever you read? Reading skills, therefore, will help you to select information that is suitable for you. It helps you to assess their credibility, distinguish facts and opinions. Are you going to use facts or opinions for your presentation, or both? And finally, it will help you to analyze loopholes and understand biasness. Are the arguments sound? Or whatever you read, are they sound? So, let's start with the first reading skill, infer and deduce. Take a look at the cartoon on your left. Weight and future. That's odd. This only gives me my weight. So what do you think happened? Why no future? Well, it probably means if you're so overweight, there's not going to be much of a future. Take a look on your right. Now, what did the wife ask? Did I get fat during quarantine? The husband says, well, you were never really skinny. Next thing you know, time of death, 6 May 2020, 10:30 a.m. Cause of death, coronavirus. What do you think happened? Who died? The husband died for calling the wife fat. Now, let's take a look at this video for a bit. Okay, what do you think this video is about? Is it a car advertisement? Is it a scene from the movie? Well, many of you were able to guess that this is a car advertisement. So, from these examples, we can see that although you may not have all the information, you're still able to infer the meaning. To infer means to come to a decision, to get the meaning, even though you may not have all the information. And to deduce basically means the same thing. It's just that you may be considering a lot more information before you make a decision. Now, let's practice a bit. Take a look at this picture. What can you infer from this image? Well, to infer, we can use the three-step process. Number one, understand the content. Just take a look and understand what is being said or what you can see and write it in your own words. Step two, identify the context. What is this topic about? What may this subject be about? Looking at the uniform, looking at the person. And third step, you try to infer the main message that they want to convey. So let's try. Step one, what can you see? You can see a very powerful man, probably a soldier because of the uniform, and he's so powerful he can squeeze this figure to death. Okay. Second step, identify the context. What do you think this topic is about? Looking at the uniform, looking at the star, looking at the person, you probably can guess that this is Joseph Stalin, the leader of the Soviet Union in the 1920s to 1950s. And this is about the communist rule during the time of Joseph Stalin. So, from this picture, what is the main message we can infer? You can probably infer that Stalin was a cruel dictator, was a very powerful tyrant, and therefore, if people go against his rule, they will suffer. So this picture is intended to make people rule by fear. So, to infer something, we can do it in 3 steps. First, understand the content. Just try to read and write in your own words whatever that you see or you read. Next, try to identify the context. What is this topic about? And thirdly, try to get the main message. You can also write it in this way. Okay, it's the same thing. You write it in this way. Shall we practice one more time? Now, this is an excerpt spoken by our Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong on the government's policy on foreign talent. Take a look at this for a moment. Okay, let's try to infer using the 3-step method. First, understand the content. What is being said? Who is saying it? It's the Prime Minister. About what? It's about the foreign talent flow to Singapore. As you know, in Singapore there are a lot of foreign workers now. So what does he say? We will control the inflow. That means, will they not take any more? Yes, they will, but they will control it. Okay? And bring in people who can help Singapore. Okay? Next, what is this context about? As mentioned, it is about the foreign talent policy in Singapore. And finally, what is the message that we get from here? Is Singapore going to stop bringing in foreigners? Although Singaporeans may complain that we are losing their jobs and it's getting too crowded. Are they going to stop? No, the main message is that the foreign talent policy is here to stay. We will bring in the people, but we can try to improve the implementation process. So, I hope you had some fun trying to infer and deduce using the 3-step method. Let's move on.